Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 41, Story of the Picture, Stealing the Rags, and Reading of Gnaneshwari. As stated in the last chapter, we continue here the story of the picture. 9 years after the occurrence of the incident depicted in the last chapter, Ali saw Hemad Pant and related to him the following story. One day, while wandering in the streets of Bombay, he bought the picture from a street hawker. Then he framed and set it on a wall in his house at Bandra. As he loved Baba, he daily took darshan of it. 3 months before he gave Hemad Pant, he was suffering from an abscess or swelling on his leg, for which an operation was performed. He was convalescing in the house of his brother-in-law, Mr. Noor Muhammad Pir Bhai in Bombay. For 3 months his house in Bandra was closed, and nobody was living there. Only the pictures of the famous Baba Abdul Rahman, Maulana Sahib, Muhammad Hussain, Baba Sai, Baba Tajuddin, and other living saints were there. The wheel of time did not even spare these. He was lying sick and suffering. Why should the pictures suffer there in Bandra? It seems that even they have the ins and outs, that is, births and deaths. All the pictures met their fate, but how Sai Baba's picture escaped it, nobody had explained to me up till now. It shows that all pervasiveness, omnipresence of Sai and his inscrutable power. He got a small picture of Saint Baba Abdul Rahman from Muhammad Hussain Tariyat Topan many years ago. He gave it to his brother-in-law Noor Muhammad Pir Bhai, and it was lying on his table for 8 years. The latter saw it, took it to a photographer, and got it enlarged to life size and distributed copies of the same amongst his relations and friends, including Ali Muhammad, who fixed it up in his Bandra house. Noor Muhammad was a disciple of Saint Abdul Rahman, and when he went to present the picture to his guru in an open darbar held by him, the guru got wild and ran to beat him and drove him out. He felt very sorry and dejected. He thought that he lost so much of his money and incurred his guru's displeasure. As his guru did not like image worship, he took the enlarged pictures with him to the Apollo Bandar and, after hiring a boat, went in it and drowned it in the sea. He requested the friends and relations to return their copies, and after getting them, thrown by a fisherman in the Bandra Sea. At this time, Ali Muhammad was in his brother-in-law's house. He was told by him that his suffering would come to an end if he would soon drown the pictures of the saints in the sea. Hearing this, Ali Muhammad sent his Mehta manager to his Bandra house and got all the pictures of the saints in his house thrown into the sea. When Ali Muhammad returned home after 2 months, he was surprised to find Baba's picture on the wall as before. His Mehta took away all the pictures except this. He immediately took it out and kept it in his cupboard, fearing that if his brother-in-law saw it, he would do away with it. While he was thinking how it should be disposed of and who would keep it and guard it well, Sai Baba himself, as it were, suggested to him that he should see and consult Maulana Ismu Mujawwar and abide by his opinion. He saw Maulana and told him everything. After mature consideration, they both decided it be presented to Anna Sahib, Hemad Pant, and that he would protect it well. Then they presented the picture to Hemad Pant in nick of time. This story shows how Baba knew all the past, present, and future, and how skillfully he pulled the wires and fulfilled desires of his devotees. The following story shows that how Baba liked very much those persons who took real interest in spiritual matters, and that he removed all their difficulties and made them happy. Stealing the rags and reading of Gnaneshwari. So, who was Mamlatdar of Dahanu Thana district, wished for a long time to read Gnaneshwari, the well known Marathi commentary on the Bhagavad Gita by Gnaneshwar, along with other scriptures. He could read daily one chapter of the Bhagavad Gita and some portion of other books. Gnaneshwari in hand, some difficulties cropped up and he was precluded from reading it. He took 3 months' leave, went to Shirdi, and thence to his home at Pound for rest. There other books, but when he opened Gnaneshwari, some evil or stray thoughts came crowding in his mind and stopped him in the effort. Try however he might, he was not able to read even a few lines of the book with ease. So he resolved in his mind that when Baba would create love for the book and he would begin, and not until then. Then in the month of February 1914, he went with his family to Shirdi. There, Jog asked him whether he daily read Gnaneshwari. Dio said that he was desirous of reading it, but he was not successful, and that only when Baba would order him to read it, he would commence. Jog then advised him to take a copy of the book and present it to Baba and to start the reading after it was consecrated and written by him. Dio then replied that he did this device as Baba knows his heart. Would he not know his desire and satisfy it by giving him a clear order to read? Dio then saw Baba and offered 1 rupee as dakshina. Baba asked him for 20 rupees, which he gave. At night, he saw one Balakram and inquired how he secured Baba's devotion and grace. Balakram told him that he would communicate everything next day after Aarti. When Dio went for darshan next day, Baba asked him for 20 rupees. As the masjid was crowded, Dio went aside and sat in a corner. Baba asked him to come close and sit with a calm mind, which Dio did. Then after the noon Aarti was over and after the men dispersed, Dio saw again Balakram and asked him his previous history, told him, and how he was taught meditation. Balakram was going to reply when Baba sent one Chandru, a leper devotee, to call Dio to him. When Dio went to Baba, the latter asked him when and with whom and what he was talking. He said that he talked with Balakram and heard from him his fame. Then Baba asked again 25 rupees as dakshina, which Dio gladly gave. Then Baba took him inside and sitting near the post, charged him saying, "You stole a..." Dio denied all knowledge of the rags, but Baba asked him to make a search. He searched but found none. Then Baba got angry and said, "Is nobody here? You are the only thief, so grey-haired and old. You came here for stealing? After this, Baba lost his temper, got terribly wild, and gave all sorts of abuses and scoldings. Dio remained silent and watching, and thought that he might get a beating also. After about an hour or so, Baba and told Jog and Balakram all that had happened. Then in the afternoon, Baba sent for all and Dio also, and said that his words might have pained the old man, which is Dio, but as he committed the theft, he could not but speak out. Then Baba asked again for 12 rupees. Dio collected the amount, paid it, and prostrated himself before Baba. Then Baba said to him, "Go on daily reading the Pothi, Gnaneshwari. Go and sit in the Vada, read something regularly every day. While reading, explain the portion read to all with love and devotion. I am sitting here to give you the whole gold embroidered shela. Then why go to others to steal rags, and why should you get into the habit of stealing?" Dio was much pleased to hear the word start reading Pothi Gnaneshwari. He thought that he got what he wanted and that he could read the book with ease thenceforth. He again prostrated himself before Baba and said that he surrendered himself to him and that he should be treated as a child and that he should be treated as a child and be helped in this reading. He realized then what Baba meant by stealing the rags. What he asked Balakram constituted the rags, and Baba did not like his behavior in this respect. As he was ready, Baba did not like him to ask others and make unnecessary inquiries, and therefore he harassed and scolded him. Dio thought that he really did not harass and scold him, but thought that he was ready to fulfill his desires, and there was no use asking others in vain. Dio took these scoldings as flowers and blessings and went home satisfied and contented. The matter did not end here. Baba did not stop with only issuing an order to read. Within a year, and inquired about his progress. On 2nd April 1914, on Thursday morning, Baba gave him a dream vision. He sat on the upper floor and asked him whether he understood the Poti. Baba asked, "When are you going to understand?" Dio burst into tears and said, "You shower your grace, the reading is mere worry, and the understanding is still more difficult. I say this definitely." Baba asked, "While reading, you make haste. Read it before me, in my presence." "Shall I read?" Baba, Adhyatma. Dio went to bring the book when he opened eyes and was awakened. We leave the readers to imagine what ineffable joy and bliss Dio felt after this vision. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all.